I catch up with them at least twice a month. My gurus, when I need help, I go to them. I should also give back to the community. I've been into B2B sales for about 12 years now. I've worked only with SaaS companies. So when SaaS wasn't a buzzword, also is when I started my career with SaaS companies, with Akamai and others across the globe, which are one of the few first pioneers in the whole SaaS model of doing business, right? And I think that ecosystem and how we do sales today, especially the B2B side of things, has tremendously changed over the last decade. I myself, when I look back as to how I started, what was my activity like when I was an AE and I started off selling, to what I see today at our disposal in terms of the tech stack, in terms of the tools that we have, in terms of the intelligence that we have about our customers and prospects, is so much more convenience that has come to the sellers. It's so much transforming for the buyers as well. And I think the whole ecosystem has developed in a very, very interesting and innovative way. Currently, I head the enterprise sales here at Aviso. Aviso is an AI first company as well. It is one of the forerunners in the revenue intelligence space. So we work with sellers and buyers day in and day out, primarily work with sellers. So even today, when I talk to so many of the sellers or even the revenue org leaders, the CROs, the VP of sales of large organizations, one common problem that they cite is, how do I know if the person that I'm reaching out to even is in the buying cycle of my product? And we all know, right, that nobody wants to be sold to, nobody likes to be sold to. So we as sellers need to be mindful that, hey, we don't want to be too pushy. We don't want to be on the face of our prospects. So how do we make our interactions? How do we make our outreaches impactful, interesting, and also not on the face for the buyers, right? So I think that is a problem that all of us face in our daily lives as sellers, and that's something that I want to touch upon with the advent of AI, how it's become so much more easier and how it is so much more convenient to be not on the face and be more meaningful when you're selling. The first topic in, or the first stage of a sales cycle, is prospecting. How and where do I find my prospects? Like I said, if you have a segment that you work with, if you have a industry that you work with, if you have a certain location, geographical location that you work with, you can first create your TAM, which is your target market, using a tool like a Zoom Info, like I just explained, to get the database ready. Once your database is ready, there are a plethora of intent tools available in the market, which you can run your database against. The likes of Six Sense and Slintel and others. So they can basically tell you that out of your maybe 10,000 prospects, the first 1,000 are high intent, or they really are in the market for us for buying something that you are selling. You can define your intent data using specific keywords, using what you sell, your value propositions, etc. The next step, once you know the intent, then your lead scoring becomes easier. You want to target people who are hot, who are in the market, who are already in the sales cycle, rather than going to someone who probably is not even looking to buy something that you're selling. So once you have your intent data ready, the next thing will be to reach out. Now, do you want to manually reach out to everyone? Like, 1,000 people or 10,000 people, very tough, right? So, I mean, we used to do it at one point in time. Today, you have so much technology, you don't want to do it. So, what do we use there? We use a sales engagement platform which will automate your reach outs. So the next we go to is a sales engagement platform. What does a sales engagement platform do? It is an AI guided tool or an AI selling tool that helps you automate all your reach outs. So, say you have a first email which says, "Hey, hi, hello, Mr. XYZ. I am this from XY company. This is what we do. This is how we have helped similar companies like you. This is our value prop, and we would like to talk to you." Instead of sending this same message as a manual email to 10,000 people, which will take you maybe days and weeks, you can put this framework or this template in a sales engagement tool and upload your contact list, like I mentioned, email plus phone number, and the tool will automatically start sending all your emails to these prospects. The tool will not send all at once. It will at top send about 500 to 1,000 emails a day, which also makes it easier for you to keep track on who has opened. So the tool will also tell you who has opened your email, how many times, has the email been delivered, has it bounced, is the email ID not correct, all of that, and if someone has replied. There are ample number of sales engagement tools available in the market. Just name a few. The market leader in this space is Outreach.io. The next would be Sales Loft, and there are other like Outplay. So I think I would stick to these three. I don't want to go into others that I personally have not used. I know these are legit tools. They are good with what they do. They have their compliances in place, and they also take care of all the GDPR and PCI compliance. So you are not in trouble for sending emails or spamming into any organization. So you also have options where you can provide your prospects with unsubscribe option if they don't want to receive your emails, right? So all of these tools are sorted. Next, once we are in the sales engagement tool, we've sent out our first emails. What do we want to do? Now we want to prioritize another follow up with people who have opened our emails or people who have read our emails, people who have replied our emails, right? So you could do that in a cadence. You can create a sequence of emails or a cadence of emails for maybe the next 1 month, where these people who have replied will get a separate set of email from you as a follow up. People who have not replied after 2 3 days will get another email saying that, hey, I sent you this email, did you have a chance to look at it? This is what we do. Somebody who has replied, you might want to manually send them a reply saying, let's talk, or this is what would be the good time to schedule. All of that is possible within a sales engagement tool. Once you do that, I think you have a fair bit of understanding of where your prospects and where your pipe is going, how many meetings you've set up. You can also have a meeting link created within a sales engagement platform to send out to your prospects so they can directly book time on your calendar, and they don't really need to wait for you to call back, or you also don't need to say, I need to call these 12 people or 15 people to book time on my calendar. All of that can happen automatically. Now, intent data, like I said, now if I know who wants to buy, who does not want to buy, all of that intent data is also available using a certain intent tool that I just mentioned. Outreach also has an inbuilt intent module. But more than that, I think tools like Six Sense or Demand Base or Zoom Info, these are tools that give you more accurate intent data, right? So once we know the intent, next it is you move on into the sales cycle. How AI can help you proceed in the sales cycle? I think a few of you asked that, hey, there are too many options in the market available. The attention span of our buyers are reducing day in and day out. How do we ensure that we are on top of their mind? Here, AI comes in handy in tools that use that work with ABM, account based marketing. Now, what is account based marketing? It's a very broad topic. In layman's terms, I want to say that account based marketing is something where you would be on top of your prospects mind everywhere they go. So if they are going to Facebook, they see your ad. If they are going to LinkedIn, they see your ad somehow. If they are going to Google, they see your ad. So I think account based marketing sort of helps you do that, following your customer, just like the Vodafone ad. Remember, the dog follows you everywhere you go. I think that is what account based marketing does, right? So there are a lot of tools that have come in with AI based account based marketing as well. AI enabled account based marketing, where ABM is sort of pumped up with AI. Now, what does pumped up with AI mean? So today I am a buyer, and I maybe clicked on an ad for elevators, like someone mentioned. Okay. Um, but am I a genuine buyer, or I just saw something on social media or Instagram and I clicked it? Maybe, right? How do you know that I'm a genuine buyer? Do I engage with similar elevator posts regularly? All of that social behavior data is pulled in by your ABM tool and gives you a lot of insight around what are the keywords that your prospect is searching. What are the topics that they are interested in? If your topic is there, you go and hit them with the right messaging. I saw you searching on this. I saw you liking this post. I saw you interacting with my ad. And then you can fast track, right? And the other thing that I said, that nobody likes to be sold. Today, as per McKinsey reports, 57% of the decision of buying something or not buying something is made even before they interact with you, even before they talk to you. So they're 57% into the sales cycle when they come to you, right? So they've sort of made up their mind that, yeah, I want something like this, maybe with this product, or they have shortlisted two, three vendors, and then they come to you. Now, how do you make sure that your interactions are very, very personalized? And we keep saying that personalization, personalization, right? So what is personalization? When I, as a buyer, or am reading an email or a message or a interaction that I'm having with you as a seller, it should feel like that message was crafted only for me, right? That level of personalization is possible with AI. You want AI to write emails for you? Very easy. Just use ChatGPT, right? But ChatGPT will throw up very generic emails. ChatGPT will give you a very generic email like, "Hi, Ronit, hope you're doing well. This is what we do. This is what I think will help you." Very, very high level, right? But if you want your emails to really hit and written for your prospects, there is a tool called reply.io, which helps you personalize your emails to an extent where it is really good. I wouldn't say it's the best, but compared to what ChatGPT and other tools throw up, this is really good, right? There are a few other tools as well, but I haven't used them personally, so I can't vouch for them. Lavender is also another tool which is good, which writes nice personalized emails for you based on your prospect's profile. What profile? Mostly social profiles like LinkedIn and Google search finds. The next thing for businesses, I'm not sure if it is for users specifically, but for businesses, what they want to do is, I want to know the trends of where my business is going, how my business is doing. If I've done X amount of sales last month, how much will I sell this month based on the trends and based on the data? So, a revenue intelligence platform like an Aviso or a Clary will give you this prediction. And mostly, Aviso is 98% accurate. Clary is close to 90-95% accurate as well. Where they look at your history, look at your historical data, look at your email calendar, calls, phone calls, Zoom calls, WebEx calls, anything that you do as online calls, what you've spoken on that calls, these are all cues that they take into consideration to tell you that you've forecasted that you will close 2 crores of business, but looks like from whatever activities you've done in the last few weeks on these set of accounts or these set of opportunities, you will only close 1.5 crore as per AI judgment. So AI today is capable of predicting with 98% accuracy how much business you will close. And what are the factors we take into consideration, right? One is historical data, one is your CRM data. Okay, how many interactions you've had with this particular account or with this particular prospect? Are you multi-threaded enough within the account? Are you talking to the right designations? Are you talking to the right ICPs? Are you talking enough? Are you talking often? Have you discussed pricing? If you forecasted a deal to come in this month, you should have like talk spoken about pricing well ahead of time. So have you spoken about pricing? What is the sort of interactions you're having on email? How often you're exchanging emails? And this particular tool, which also has a conversational intelligence built in, will record all your calls or transcript all your calls. Even Zoom, for that matter, has a native transcription facility. Will read through your transcript and tell you that okay, you've spoken about these areas within in your call. The prospect seemed happy with your answers, the prospect seemed pissed with your answers. The tonality and the overall sentiment of the call was good, not good. Looks like this was positive, and this adds to your probability of closing that deal. So taking into all of these factors, the tool basically predicts whether you will make a sale this month or you won't, or will you hit your projected forecast or you won't. I think this is very, very important and exceptional for businesses who want to be accurate with their forecasts, want to be on top of their numbers. So yeah, that is one. So yes, so this particular forecasting tool will help you with all of that. Now, like I mentioned, forecasting tools usually have conversational intelligence built on that within them. So where conversational intelligence comes into picture is like today we're having a Zoom call. Just assume this was a customer call. I'm doing a demo or we're discussing pricing, whatever. It understands the sentiments and just not words spoken, also body language, facial expressions, sentiments, tonality, all of that. Because, like we all know, only 7% of our communication is verbal, almost 93% is non-verbal. So the tool is able to identify, and there is a lot of AI and ML architecture that goes behind doing this. Gives you that, hey, this is what you've spoken, this is what the sentiment is, this is how the call went, and this is what you should have done better. So not only the tool gives you how the call went, but also for people managing teams or even for self learners, helps you learn, helps you correct your mistakes. That okay, this was asked, this could have done better, this could have been done better. This is where you could improve. You didn't speak about maybe top 3 keywords or top 3 topics that your company mandates you to talk about. This is what your prospect mentioned about competitors. This is how you could rebuttal. So everything can be thrown onto the tool and the tool will give it to you. If you say want your reps who are taking these calls to follow a particular talk track, to follow a particular method like a med pick or something, even that can be incorporated. Talk track cards can be thrown on the screen so that when somebody is talking, they can look at those cue cards, and speak with conviction that okay, what I'm speaking is correct. This is what I need to say after this, and things like that. So I think a lot of ease has come into sales. It is more about science now, I would say, than skill. It used to be an art, but slowly it is transitioning from an art to a science. Yeah, so that's one part of how AI helps with forecasting. AI helps with call intelligence.